Hi everyone, this is Gilberto. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today it's been months of me being away, not giving you lessons. I'm so sorry, apologies, but I'm here, and I told starting this month of April I'm going to be answering all your requests. All your best lessons are coming up until December this year 2025. Okay, now a quick one. Today the lesson is about thumb technique. Now this was a request on TikTok. I'm going to read his name and you see. And so this gentleman, his name is @the_influencer, as you can see on the screen. He said, I am a growing bassist and I would like to request you to make a video on how to play thumbing bass. Wow. This is a challenging question because he did not mention thumbing bass could be 2-in-1 question, 1-in-1 question, 3-in-1 question, 4-in-1, hundreds in one question. Okay, so straight away to this, I'm going to discuss the way I expect you wanted to know. So just back to the short history that thumbing bass, when you look at men like James Jamerson, the legend of Motown, like James Jamerson, he used to play bass which sounded like muted. There's a dead note and then there's a muted bass. Those are two different things. So I'm going to start showing you what James Jamerson used to have. Put a piece of cloth or a wool at the end of the bridge, and not the bridge pickup or the back pickup. He would put some piece of cloth here so that you could hear some sound like this. That's something you would hear, a sound that's something like that. Okay. Now, also in the modern days, there are a number of things we can do with thumbing. So think of your thumb itself as a finger, and then think of the index. I know there are a number of people who do other fancy things, but I'm going to talk of the index and the thumb itself. So what you do is that the palm on your hand is this part of your hand. This is the palm. So palm muting means you look at the bass, where the bass sets off after bridge, immediately after the set off. Think of the set off. This is the bridge, so the set off is around here. So you put your thumb here like this, and then you play around here with the thumb and the index. So when you put your thumb here, don't press a lot, okay? Just let the weight of your hand just lie on those strings, and that's simple. So here you are, and then here you move around. So those are dead notes, but should sound like this. That's when I use the thumb itself. So I'm in the 5th fret where I'm playing A, then D, G, C high, back. And when you're going down on the first string, there's pressure. So you always make sure your hand moves down and up, moves down and up, moves down and up along this. The science should be like this. This is the kind of your hand should keep moving. So your hand should not be in one position, because you're not going to be able to play this last string, right? And there's a difference. You hear that? It's muted. The meaning of muted means that the sound exists, but it's kind of turned, not so clear, not so open. That's the actual thing, how I feel about muted. So let's bump into some exercise here. And this is the exercise now. So I'm going to think of playing the major scale. Let's say this is 5 string, but think of you as playing 4 string. So I'm going to play the G major scale on the 3rd fret using the E string, just using the famous fingering for major scales. And so I'm only using the thumb first. That is using the popular fingering, starting with finger 2 on G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Then come back. G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. So you see, actually I'm using the thumb. That sounds good. Okay, now let's alternate thumb and index. Practice that. G with the thumb only. Go to G sharp. Keep changing the key. A now. A sharp or B flat. B. I'm not exerting a lot of pressure here. Now let's alternate index and middle. That is again. We are alternating. Let's now alternate index and middle again. We see. Oh. If I try that faster. To A. Yeah, and that's that. And what other practices can you do with this thumb? Is that pick of, let's say I pick this C on the 8th fret here, and then just do C, D. Here is index and middle. C, D. Here I do index and minor, index and thumb. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Come back. So if you ask me how you develop, it takes time. You have to keep playing a lot. And you hear people a lot play walking bass like in A minor. Yeah. And another example you'd find that is someone plays a song like Fever. Now, before I end this lesson, the actual sense of muting or thumbing in this form I'm showing you is kind of like you are trying to imitate the sound of a double bass. That mellow sound of the muted double bass sound like a muted something, okay? The sound is that muted. That mellow sound of a double bass is what you're trying to imitate. So that's why it's really a very powerful technique, but don't overuse it because some style may not really require that. So be careful as you use it. Just pick always any scale you want to play around with and play the mute, okay? You can even pick one note like D and put your hand in the right position and say. So think of it like you're using a pick. A pick is like you're using one finger. So I'm using two fingers. I'm using D. Somewhere I made my A bit not mute. Just pick and play around. So it's just like that, like you would be playing maybe like gospel shot. So you can see all this is like you are really doing the muted thing. So that's one option. Another option is the Congolese people. I'm not yet ready to teach Congolese style. I'm still a student working a lot on myself. But there's one thing the Congolese does. And with this style of palm muting, this is the position you should be. If you do here, you hear the sound start to get so small. So you should be here where I shown you at the set off of the bridge. That's where you put your thumb. If you put it here, the sound is nowhere. It's all gone. Okay? If you not good. You hear the sound is there. So the Congolese, they'll put their thumb around here. But still, like if I pick this key of let's say D. Thumb middle, thumb index, thumb. That is if you're using the Congolese, they're using the same style, but you have to practice. Now with the Congolese, there's no muting here. Everything is clean. But because you're using the thumb, this sound is different. It's kind of muted, but slightly, okay? With the Congolese, it's not too much, but you. So you just pick anywhere and practice thumb in, thumb index, thumb index, thumb index, thumb index, thumb index. So you see thumb index. This is the fusion between do. So it's the same thing. But this time around, no muting, no palming around. Everything is thumb index. Thumb index, thumb index, thumb index, thumb index, thumb index, thumb that. Thumb index, thumb index. Yeah. Okay, so whoever made this request, With this kind of technique, thumbing, you have to really practice like one note, alternate index and middle. Index and thumb. Thumb index, thumb, do that for quite some time. And when you're doing it, it's not like this. Make sure that your index is kind of slightly in the middle of your thumb. That's why when Congolese are playing, this thumb is what you see, but the index is actually working. So, no. Not. Yeah, so that's all. That's all. If you have more, if you want to add more, let me know your mind in the comment section. I hope I've tried to answer you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.